Okay, so please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Hi, my name's Vivian Stone, and I work for Gap Inc. right now in San Francisco, and I'm a merchandise assistant.
Thank you. So first question, parents can influence the career choices that we make. How did your parents play a role in your decision?
Well, I think for this, sorry, this is about like Asian American studies, right? So it's kind of like,
Yeah, if you want to start over, just pause and then yeah.
well, I mean, like I wanted to talk about like my parents, but I think for most of us, when our whose parents have come from like another country and have come over here with almost little to nothing and then made a life for themselves and then giving us essentially everything they didn't have. I think it plays a really big role in how they influence your career choices because not only do you kind of feel like you owe it to them to almost make them proud or pay them back for giving them like everything that you've grown up with when they came here was with almost nothing and made something of themselves. So you of course want to make your parents proud and your parents are always, when you grow up, your parents are always going to like want you to be something that they've always also aspired to be, and that plays a big part in I think everyone's decision of what they want to be when they grow up. Whether it be like a doctor or a teacher or an athlete, if your parents put you in sports, that kind of thing. Let's see, my parents, of course, like I followed all those things from my experience. I want to make my parents proud, but and do what they wanted me to do. Unfortunately, not as I grew up, I found that what they wanted me to do didn't always necessarily meet my interests, but it still always played a really big role in what I wanted to do. So, like I said, I always want to almost pay my parents back and give back for them taking care of me and giving me everything I wanted, and that played a big role in like shaping how driven I was in finding my career and what I wanted to do. And although I couldn't be a doctor or a star athlete or anything like that, I chose to go with business because it was something I was interested in and something that like I know that I could find a career in, that I could excel in. And yeah.
Okay, cool. So you answered the second one. Why do you choose career? So that's good. We'll move on to the third
I
question.
mean, I have another reason why I chose this career though.
Okay, yeah, sure. Just if you would like to just elaborate why you chose your career in business.
Well, originally I wanted to be a teacher, but then I also realized I really liked marketing, and marketing was the only thing in business that really interested in me because it's a very big umbrella, so I had many opportunities in it
Mm.
that I was interested in. I'm not a big person to do finance or accounting or economics, so if you're interested in those kinds of things, then those are also really big umbrellas. But I chose business because it's a big umbrella under which I could find many things I was interested in, and also kind of change careers if I wanted to at the same time, but like have it be related too.
Okay. Okay, so do or did you have any doubts in the career choice you've made?
Yeah, I think everybody goes through it, especially when you're graduating college and trying to find a job, and maybe you're not finding the things that you're interested in that you maybe perhaps majored in because you thought you were interested in or that it was going to make you money, kind of thing. I did have some doubts in it when I came out of business. I mean, business was kind of a hard subject. Like, we had to take all kinds of business classes, and I wasn't sure if it was the right thing for me. Like I said, I originally wanted to be a teacher, but then eventually I kind of found that whatever I learned I could apply into the fields that I was interested in. So that's like kind of, I think, the big takeaway from when you're in school and you're looking to find what you're interested in and what you can do later is, well, you majored in this, but there are a lot of skills that you can take away from the things you learn and take into other careers as well. And I think that was like a big part. So I did have doubts. I didn't know if I was going to find a job in business or if I really even liked business, if I wanted to go continue or go back to school with it. So it's all about, I think, finding what you're interested in and how you can take what you've learned and go with it.
Okay. So would you still keep being a teacher an option as, a career down the line?
Yeah, I think so. I think that I think right now where I am in life, being like that I just graduated, that business is a good place for me personally because I can move up. It gives me a lot of opportunities to travel. It gives me a lot of opportunities in career advancement and to branch out, like I said, and do different things. But I think that once I've kind of settled down and I want to travel less, like that I really like to be a teacher. Just because I do love that feeling of being able to help people out, and then when you see that you taught somebody something and they get it, it's a really rewarding feeling. And I've always kind of been into that with like all my careers. I mean like job choices when I was younger, teaching swim lessons and volunteering and things like that. So it's something that in the future I'd like to do. But right now I'm happy where I'm at.
Two more questions. So first one is, would the business career choice have anything to do with, financial stability as like compared to being a teacher?
To be honest, it had a lot to do with it when I first applied for college. I was a bit, like I said, we're going to be a teacher, but at that time, if you guys can remember in 2009, there were a lot of budget cuts, and teaching wasn't actually a very stable profession. So I actually chose to do business over teaching because I knew that I could probably find more professions in it later down the road, and I always knew that I can go back to school for teaching kind of thing. So it actually did play a part in my choosing what I wanted to do.
Okay, cool. And last question, what advice would you give to, younger Asian Americans that are trying to decide what they want to do, for a job or with the rest of their lives?
I know, like I said before, there's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure from your family, a lot of pressure, especially nowadays in school, and to be competitive and stuff like that. And like I said, even I kind of fell into it, choosing business over teaching because I thought it would be more stable. And I think that's when you come to the point where you feel like you don't know where your purpose is. But like I said, all you have to do is find what makes you happy, I think, is most important. And that's one thing I've learned from school and all my professors and things like that is that your major doesn't necessarily mean that's what your career is going to be. So don't worry so much about it at first. I'm not saying don't worry at all, but find what you like to do and go for it. And make sure that you can apply that to whatever job that you're looking forward in the future. Like you can apply any skills you learn in theater to business too. It's all about, like, for example, communication. But find what you like to do and go for it, because that's really going to make going to school and learning the best part about it, because you're always going to be willing to learn because you like it, and then take what you learn in there and find something that you can do with it that will also make you happy in your work, so you get the best of both worlds. You don't have to be your major, and your job doesn't have to be who you are. You can, because you're going to spend so much time working and in your job, you should find something that makes you happy and that you can apply what you like to do in it. And it's possible. It might not seem it like when you're in school and things like that, but you will find your way, and just don't rush it. You'll find your way. Just don't rush it.
Okay, thank you. And one more time, can you state your name and what you do?
I'm Vivian Stone, and I work at Gap Inc. as a merchandise assistant.